Hey Year 11, so I don't think I'm going to be coming in today. I'm feeling really sick and I just want to get better so that I can be able to be back and running next week when we get into the main part of our assignment. So I just thought I'd make this video to talk about what I'm expecting you guys to do today in the double lesson. I already talked about it yesterday. But you guys are only writing 250 words in your group. It's not 250 words each, it's 250 words as a whole. So if we're looking up on this screen, I've just got what I've already sent you guys. So what you need to be doing is delegating the jobs. And I did already talk about this today, but your first thing is choosing a research question that summarizes what you're looking at. So if you're looking at mood or a particular type of mood, like the good feelings, you just need to talk about that. Don't worry about the other type of moods. Don't worry about the reaction time. Remember, once you choose your dependent variable, you're forgetting the rest of them. Also, if you're not sure about the words that I'm using, go back through your glossary and go back through your notes and read over, because you guys are going to have to understand and use these words. So I'm going to be using them whenever I can. And if you're not understanding them, you need to make sure that you're researching these words. All right, so the next thing you need to do is state your hypothesis. Now, on sector, I already wrote how to do that, so you guys should be fine. Now, general background information about the topic being studied. So you're looking up caffeine. You're looking up either information on reaction time or the reaction time test that you did, like the Stroop test. What actually is it? Or you might be looking up the actual mood test that you did and how accurate mood tests are, something like that. The next one, more specific information related to the variables you're examining. So this and this can be done together. So maybe the person that does that could be two people working together, and you've got about 5 sentences to do that in. So you need to be talking about those specific variables that we're studying and why. What do we know about them? Okay, this one's important, and you could always do this at the bottom, but remember, you're selling me this product. You're selling this to potential investors. Okay, so you need to tell me why it's relevant to today's society. Why is it important that we need to know about adolescence and caffeine? Hint, lots of students drink coffee. So talk about why that's important, that we understand the truth and we understand why students need to know about the way that it impacts them. Then we're doing the aim of the investigation. So the aim is just your research question, so don't worry too much about that. It's just to work out how caffeine impacts reaction time, something like that. All right, your investigation design: experimental, quantitative observational, or qualitative. Now, these are 2 words that you guys haven't learned before, and I want you to research them because, hint, you should be using either blind or double blind procedure. So I should be reading that you either did a blind procedure or a double blind procedure in your proposal somewhere, and that looks at how you were deceiving people in your experiment. Okay, so you're going to need to look up those words and then talk about them. Talk about which one you did, because you didn't do both, you just did one of those 2. All right, which type of data will be produced? So is it subjective? Is it objective? Is it quantitative? Is it qualitative? And why is this so? So how are you actually collecting that? How are you going to run your study? So what was the method? And because obviously we already did it, you should be able to talk about what we did. Your hypothesis goes in this last bit. How will you analyze your data? So are you going to look at the mean? Are you going to look at the median? Are you going to put it into tables? And then a concluding sentence, or you could just put this in, why is it important for today's society? Now, some things to be aware of for your proposal. You need to use as many psychological terms. Now, this is for my year 12s, this slide here, so don't freak out too much if this overwhelms you. But you need to use psychological terms, but don't define them. If you're spending your 250 words defining stuff like experiment, you're doing it wrong. You need to just get in there and tell me what you're doing. You need to not use I, my, our, etc. This is a really important thing in psychology. I don't want to read you saying my. It is the participants, the experimenter, okay? And try not to use passive voice as well. You're using formal scientific language. You're getting to the point. You've only got 250 words. You need to be really strong with your communication. Draft, 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 and then submit when you're done. I'm expecting people to be finished this by Monday, so get a move on today. Sector message me any questions you have. All right, bye.